Daniel, right? He the one that interpret dreams, right?
Interpret dreams. Lately, that's how I've been feeling lately, cause
That's how God been communicating with me lately.
through dreams. I don't know how I've been communicating with y'all, but communicates with me through dreams.
A lot of people, well,
Somebody who pops up in my dreams a lot is my dad. I'm thinking he represents
one of the angels.
cause he does a lot for me, Now I don't think him enough, but there's one dream I had where
I had clothes, right? Had a lot of them.
now I got a lot of clothes, but I only wear a certain amount of clothes. But
I still throw them all in there anyway.
so I threw all the clothes in, then turned the dryer on,
And came back later.
and then I opened it, and then it was only half the amount of clothes I put in. But those half amount of clothes I put in,
Was the clothes that I only wear. The other clothes that I don't wear wasn't in there. So I started trying to interpret it because
Lord not could do all the work for me. My first idea was
quality over quantity.
because I try to connect everything either to school,
Basketball or my connection to God.
but then I started thinking harder.
And then I said, what I put in and what I got out wasn't what I expected.
And what I've been doing lately is expecting things from God, but you're not so really supposed to be.
Expecting things from God. He's supposed to be expecting things from you.
So, I pray a lot at night.
That'd be surprised on.
You'd be surprised on how close me and God is right now. I pray a lot, read the Bible a lot. But one of the dreams you was in
Is so I was walking, asked my dad a question. I walked up to him. I said, "Do you really think I could get to the league?" That's my
it's my goal in life, try to get to the NBA league.
And he said no. So I just walked away.
And before I fully walked away, he said, "You're not gonna get to the league on the current path you're on." So then I knew it was a dream because my dad, like one of the only people in the world who believes I could
Get to that type of place.
get to the league. So league is basketball, by the way. But y'all don't know. He's the only person. I think I have one more. Not in the family though, but he's like the only person who believes I can really get in the league.
So I started thinking and thought to myself, praying and reading the Bible wasn't enough. So I needed to get out,
I needed to work more, but I couldn't.
work too hard. And what I usually did was put basketball over school.
That messed me up a lot, which is why I think God gave me that dream. But he gives me a lot of dreams, like a lot of them. Takes me a few days to try to get through them, but he do give me a lot of them. Gave me one yesterday. I'm still trying to figure out what it means. But
Now I remember my dad talked about running your own race.
running your own race.
So I guess you could say I'm a prime example, I guess,
Because for a while, during 10th and 11th grade, and a little bit of 12th, I was trying to run somebody else's race. This is boy in my school.
his name Dorian.
He started a school basketball team, so kind of see where it's going. I played him a lot 1-on-1. He always beat me. Every time he beat me, I'd get mad.
Go home, I'd be all depressed, and my dad be like, "What's wrong?" And I'd be like, "Nothing."
Just go to my room, sit down. Then I'll try again.
Then it'll beat me. Then it'll beat me worse. And I go back home, be all mad.
And I just didn't know what to do. So instead of going to the gym and working, I would sit at home and be mad. But I stopped doing that a while ago. Trying to get to the gym more. I was sick
A while back, I think I was for like a week. Was it a week?
Couldn't really get to the gym that often, but finally got back to the gym.
I think I did pretty good.
Did pretty good because I was off for a while, but yeah, Dorian.
I'm gonna beat him before the year end though. I'm gonna beat him before the year end though.
I'm definitely gonna beat him. Yeah, I think it's just a confidence issue. Confidence issue. You talk a lot of stuff too. I don't like it. Talk a lot of stuff. When I got home, you know how I said I get mad, right? Um, Most of the time I think about just giving up basketball. But when I start thinking to myself, I said can't really give up what you don't have yet. Uh, I didn't really have like a connection to basketball that much, so I couldn't really give it up yet. And like once you get it, it's really no point in giving it up. So I didn't really have it yet. Hold on, hold on. Oh, I forgot. Can everybody smile real quick? 'Cause I learned like if you smile and try to be mad, it won't work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that worked, but you try to smile and you try to be mad, it just won't work. It won't work. I don't know why. One thing I learned over the course of the years is I always thought in order to succeed you needed to take big steps, but uh, I learned that it's not about how big the steps is, but the direction you take them in. Um, I used I used to take big steps in terms of thinking I needed to wake up each day in the morning and just take a whole lot of shots in terms of basketball instead of actually because I was actually hurting my game because I wasn't really doing nothing. So in terms of school too, I didn't really do much in school. Um, I was focused on subjects that I didn't really need to focus on. It hurted a few of my grades. English was bad, real bad, but I got that under check too. Um, one big problem I had um, over the years was blaming others for my mistakes. Um, I didn't like what's the word? Owning up to the fact that I messed up. I guess I I ain't like doing that, so I blamed a lot of other people. But blaming others won't change your what's the word? Destiny. Won't change your destiny. It won't your destiny. That's what I'm talking about. Everything a little mixed up. So real quick before I read this, um, I was reading Exodus and through the whole thing, I was getting kind of mad because I didn't understand what was going on. Yeah, grandma. They kept making up laws and stuff. I didn't know what was going on. And I moved on to Leviticus. I thought it would be different. There's more laws. I didn't know what was going on, but I'm still gonna read it. I'm hoping that Numbers ain't got all these laws in it. They don't. I'm sitting here thinking Leviticus is gonna be about Leviticus. You know, raised from the dead and all of that, but it wasn't. This is one person. Anybody know who? What's his name? Yeah, I think you watch him sometimes. That preacher. I think you watch him sometimes. I think his name Joseph. Mhm. I think so. Um, I was listening to him one time, and he said, "If you don't like your job, change it. If you don't like your weight, change it. If you don't like your relationship, change you first, because if you change it, it'll bring you to the next one. Um, I was listening to that, then first thing that popped in my head was my dad and Hillary in the back. Cause they
Go through their ups and downs, but they still together.
know what I mean. Just hoping I could experience love like they do right now. Um, uh, Going through stuff right now. Prom coming up too, so a lot of things going on. Uh,
I know how I said God be talking to me in dreams. When he talks to me in dreams, he's usually indirect.
I usually got to figure out what the dream mean. But in one dream, he told me to have a big dream. He said, see something beyond where you're at right now. Have an expectancy.
Meaning like expect yourself to be better than what you are right now in the future.
Um, right now, but this whole thing is just based on like not expecting anything from God. Instead of expecting, you should just believe that things are gonna change and work out. Lately, that's what I've been doing, believing, having a lot of faith.
I was going to talk about something else today.
But it kind of changed since
I was supposed to preach a while back.
but happened to change. I was going to talk about faith. I think it was faith. How what was it called?
Yeah, the armor. I was like,
The word and faith, all of that. Most people in here said the word was most important. Um, I was talking to my dad in the car, and I said I thought faith was more important because you could always have the word but not believe in it. But if you have faith, you could believe in anything you choose. So I had something backed up for that, but I don't want to preach that right now. I don't want to preach that right now. I already been up here too long. Oh, Dr. Bruce Lee, that's his name. Not for the one I was talking about. I was thinking about something else.
you know who Dr. Bruce Lipton is?
No, he's an interesting person. That's all I could say. He an interesting person. He tries to connect like
Tries to connect life's problems to like. Y'all ever watched The Matrix?
yeah, sure, he tried to connect life out to the Matrix. Most of it is interesting. Other parts just don't make a lot of sense. That's to me though. Uh-huh.
All right. So people know what your subconscious mind is. Your subconscious mind, when you start wandering off, you just start thinking deeply. Um, when I go to sleep at night, I'll put something in my ears and put on. I forgot what it's called. I think it's Kobe Bryant. He talks about success and stuff because your subconscious mind, if you're thinking bad about it, then when you're not in your conscious mind, then you're not fully, what's the word? Uh, nah, I'm not. I don't know what the word is. Uh, if you're thinking bad instead of good, it's a complicated word. I can't remember the word. But one thing I do when I wake up in the morning a lot is go in the mirror and just tell myself I refuse to lose. So I tell myself that a lot.
Cause it's hard trying to stay positive 24/7. I still do it anyway though. Probably get it from my dad. 'Cause he always happy. Always seem energetic. I don't know how people do it though.
What can I talk about? I said, what can I talk about? I don't want to sit down yet. Nah. You got any questions?
This is work ethic. Never just don't make excuses for not doing something. Instead of making excuses, just go and do it. Because the more excuses you make, the harder it will be to actually go and achieve what you want to do. That's what he talks about a lot. I think he has the greatest work ethic out of every athlete I've seen other than Floyd Mayweather.
What about you, Grandma? She missed the whole show. That's how I do. I did good. I did good, y'all.
Give him a hand, y'all.
I get better over the years.